Thank you so much for tuning in. We are on day 4. It's day 4 of our daily live meditations for 20 days. It's been an incredible few days so far. We're already on day 4, and I'm amazed to see how many of you are committing every single day. So if it's your first day, write 1. If it's your second day, write 2. If it's your third day, write 3. And if it's your 4th day, write 4. Vitani's on her 4th day. Emily's on her 4th day on Facebook. Unicorn's on their 4th day on Instagram. Chris Leo, good to see you here as well. Let me know how many days you've done. I want to know on YouTube as well. Seeing a lot of day 4s on YouTube. It's great to have you all here. Thanks for joining. Amazing to have you. Lara from Spain giving us all a big virtual hug. Send those virtual hugs my way. I'll take each and every single one of them. And I'm hoping, Markel, day 4, that's awesome, man. Good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Diona, day 4. Kia, day 4. Tina, day 4. Megan, day 4. Francia, so good to see you. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining in. This is great, guys. Press that share button on Facebook so that lots more people can get tuned in. And let your friends know on Instagram that you're tuning in. YouTube too. Let everyone know that you're here meditating with me right now. Imagine we've had over 2 million people in the last 2 days that have meditated together. It's been a phenomenal couple of days. And I love the fact that you're all developing this new habit. You've got this new process. You've got this new practice in your life that's going to give you access to calm when you want to. That's going to give you access to peace when you want it. It's going to give you access to stillness when you want it. Rather than waiting for the world to give us stillness, we're going to be creating our own stillness, right? That's what we need to do. When we can never get the world to give us the environment that we need, but we can choose to create that environment for ourselves. Now, I'm just waiting for one of my friends to see if she is going to join us today. Where is she? Let's have a look. Let me see if I can find her. No, she's not here yet. Where is she? Are you coming on? Let's have a look. We had a friend who was going to meditate with me today. Let's hope that she's doing it. Francia, thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you for joining in. It's great to see you guys here. Okay, we've got nearly over 10,000 people on Instagram. Let's spread the word. Awesome. Okay, you're here. Perfect. Here we go. So, very fortunate and grateful to have a very special guest going live with me today. It's Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for even asking. It's so nice to see your little face.
It's so nice to see your face. This is great. Where are you?
I'm in Nashville, actually.
Okay. Hope you're happy, healthy, and safe.
Yes, thank God. We came out here to finish my album.
Oh, wow. Oh, no, I'm just showing Facebook. You can carry on talking. I'm showing Facebook what's going on.
Right. So I came out here to finish my album, and other things happen. So we roll with the punches, and it is what it is. And I'm kind of grateful that I'm in a different place. I get to use different musculature. I get to do different things, and it's one of those instances where, like, not to say you're forced, because I think everything happens for a reason, but I think that you're forced to just roll with the punches and be gentle with yourself, and we get to commune in a different way, which is super exciting.
Yeah. I think we finally figured out how to have more human connection over digital. Right? Like, we finally figured it out. Like, for so long we've always been like, oh, I don't want to be on my phone because I'm not with people, but we finally figured out how to bring our best selves through the screen.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see when all this subsides. Do we put our phones down more, and do we connect in a real way?
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
I love it. Amazing. Are you excited to meditate together today?
Let me tell you, I can't go a day without meditating, whether it's 5, 10, 20, whatever minutes. Beyond excited. Thank you.
Do you want to start off leading us today?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I couldn't. No, I would love for you.
You definitely could, but we'll get you to share more ideas at the end of it. But I want to thank Chrissy, who's a dear friend of mine, who's come on to meditate with us today. She's also going to share some of her thoughts and her meditations, her prayers with us as well, because she's got a deep practice, and you can see she's always full of joy and full of light. So I want her to share all of that all of us today. We've now got just making sure we get one last share. We've got over 30,000 people with us live on various platforms right now, which is really special. So thank you to you, incredible community and audience, for doing this. I really appreciate it. So, okay, what we're going to do today, we're going to do something different. So the first day we did breath work. The second day we did visualization. Yesterday we did self-massage. It was amazing during our meditation, really good. And today we're going to do a question meditation or a reflection meditation, which is a meditation practice that helps us find answers that we may not even know that we have within ourselves. And so it's going to be quite a emotional and revelatory process, but in a good way. It's going to be healing. So are you ready, Chrissy?
I'm ready.
Okay, do you have any final words before we dive into this for everyone?
I say just be gentle and kind. I think sometimes we get in our heads about doing it perfectly. The only way not to do it is to not do it, right? When you do it wrong is to not do it. Just try. Yeah. That's
beautiful advice. That's beautiful what Chrissy said. Just try, be kind to yourself, don't judge yourself. Judging yourself during a meditation is not the way it works. So that's great advice, Chrissy. Thank you so much. Okay, great. So I'm going to turn on, by popular demand, everyone said they love us meditating together over music. So let me know if you can hear this. Chrissy?
I can hear.
Clear?
Clear.
Perfect. Everyone else can hear? Let me see yeses in the comments to make sure. I want to make sure all of you can hear it before we dive in, because I won't be having my eyes open afterwards.
Someone said sound problem, but I don't know what kind of
problem. Oh, definitely. Oh, yes, perfect. I'm seeing lots of yeses come through.
Okay, good.
Perfect. I'm turning it up just a little bit. Okay, great. Wonderful. Okay, so me and Chrissy are going in. Let's close our eyes, lower our gaze, and connect with the natural, organic harmony of our breath. Become aware of how your feet are touching the ground. Is it your full sole? Is it your ankle? Is it the tips of your toes? Just become aware of how your feet are touching the ground. Every arc, every curve. Is it your full heel touching the ground? Or is it just part of it? Become aware of every part of your foot that is touching the ground. And whenever your mind wanders, just gently and softly bring it back to calm, balance, ease, stillness, and peace. Become aware of the parts of your foot that are slightly raised, slightly curved. Maybe it's your socks that are touching the ground, not your feet. And gradually come upwards to your legs and your back, and become aware of how they're in a seat or your bed or the floor. Is your full back touching against the backrest or the couch? At which point do your legs and your knees leave the edge of the seat? Is your upper back rested against the seat as well? Become aware of your seating position. And if you need to adjust to become more relaxed, more calm, more still, then feel free to move, feel free to stretch, feel free to get comfortable. Give yourself the space and time to find a physical space of comfort, calm, balance, ease, stillness, and peace. And whenever your mind wanders, just gently and softly bring it back to becoming aware of your position that you're sitting. Gently roll back your shoulders. Just 3 or 4 times. What I want you to do is visualize yourself meeting yourself at 9 to 10 years old. Visualize yourself in your parents' home or wherever you grew up. You might have been playing with some toys or playing outdoors or maybe just sitting there. And I want you to approach your younger self and I want you to give your younger self the deepest embrace and the biggest hug. And feel free to hold on for as long as you like. Greeting your younger self with love, with kindness, with compassion, with the most beautiful energy that you have. Just really approaching that younger self with kindness, with empathy, with love, with tenderness, with a gentle but powerful embrace and hug. And I want you to really savor this moment. Maybe you've had this moment before, or maybe you've never approached your younger self. But take this moment to comfort, to show compassion, and show love to your younger self. Hold their hands. Just spend some quality time with your younger self. And now, in a really genuine and sincere way, I want you to ask your younger self, what will you be upset that I stopped doing? Imagine you, your older self, asking your younger self, what are you upset about that I've stopped doing? So instead of giving your younger self advice, I want you to ask your younger self for advice. What did you do naturally as a child That was beautiful. What did you do naturally as a child that was empowering? What do you do naturally as a child that brought you joy, that brought others joy? What does your child self know that you stopped doing today? Maybe you stopped doing it because you thought of what people would say. Maybe you stopped doing it because you thought, how will people react? Maybe you stopped doing it because you just forgot. Genuinely, sincerely request your younger self to give you this gift of wisdom. It could be anything: dancing, singing, drawing, painting, writing, whatever it is. Let your younger self be your guide to your passions and your heart's gifts. Thank your younger self. Deeply embrace them again, give them a huge hug, and thank them so much for this insight and for this wisdom. Really savor that moment. Again, become aware of your natural breathing pattern. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing in love, kindness, compassion, and breathing out negativity, stress, and pressure. Noticing that even your younger self has so much to give you. And now, fast forward to your older self, yourself at 70 or 80 years old. Again, give your older self a big embrace and a big hug. Hold their hand and express gratitude to yourself for the life that you lived. And ask yourself, your older self, ask them this question. Again, ask it with sincerity. Ask it with a genuine request. As your current self, ask your older self, what will we regret that we didn't do? Not what we did do, but what we didn't do. Will we regret that we didn't call our loved ones? Will we regret that we didn't try and serve? Will we regret that we didn't try to pursue our passions? Ask your older self. If you were 70 or 80 today, What would you regret that you didn't do? And just wait for the answer. Even if you don't get the answer, there'll be a response from your younger and older self that will guide you closer to living in the present with power, with passion, and with purpose. There's a beautiful statement that I want you all to remember. It's a well-known and famous statement, and this is what it says. We don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. Let me say that again. We don't stop playing because we get old. We get old because we stop playing. What passion is there inside of you that you're not giving enough time? What gift is there inside of you that you're not sharing with the world? What unique offering do you have that you've stopped doing? Even if you don't have the answer right now, ask the question with sincerity and genuineness, and be patient for the answer. Now 3 times, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathing in kindness, love, empathy and compassion, and breathing out guilt, judgment and negativity. Really extending that exhale and letting it go. Just pushing it out. And when you're ready, in your own time, at your own pace, when you're ready, you can gently and softly, gradually open your eyes. Just pause for a moment. When you're ready, in your own time, at your own pace, no force or pressure. When you're ready. And let us know. We're not done yet. You're going to hear some wonderful thoughts from Chrissy. I'm going to explain what we just did, and I'd love to hear how it was for you. So I'm reading out some of your comments. Rivki says, thank you, dear. Appreciate the good, positive vibes you're generally passing on and healing with us. Thank you so much. Oh, this is beautiful. Vicky says, that's a great idea to talk to your older self. I'm waiting for the answer and then I will change. Beautiful. Nicholas says, that quote is so fitting. My younger self told me we'd forgotten to play. That makes her sad. That's beautiful. Yeah. Chrissy, do you want to read any of the comments?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm crying. I need to relate to meeting our younger selves and just like embracing her. That was like, whoa, it was really powerful for me. Obviously I cry whenever because that's just what comes out.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful to see about them, meeting their younger selves and crying. And one woman said that she had gone through abuse as a child, and I completely understand. I went through that too, and so it was so necessary and powerful to like go back and say like, no, like you are wonderful and you're all these amazing things, even if you weren't told that as a child, and I wasn't necessarily. So I didn't realize, I didn't know what you would be doing. I just was here and open, and I was like, oh no, there we go. But obviously it's what we needed, and I'm just so grateful that you would do this and you would take time, and you don't realize like how Donnie's bringing me tissues.
Oh, I wish I could pass you some across the screen.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Donnie. That's what friends are for.
Thank you, Donnie. You're the best. We love you.
He is the best. You don't realize what's going to come up, and like I said, I think everything happens as it should. And you are doing something so wonderful for so many people, and who knew I was gonna? Who knew?
No.
I can't thank you enough. Like I really needed that. Thank you.
You're the sweetest. I love you, Chrissy. Take a moment to wipe your tears. I feel terrible for making you cry.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. This is cathartic. Like,
For
this is
sure.
what we need. There's obviously stuff that I have that I need to release.
All of us. All of us, yeah. I can see May saying, I cried, but it was a beautiful cry out of real self-love. Thank you. Thank you, May. Jessica goes, I laughed when I saw and embraced my 11-year-old self. I cried embracing my 18-year-old self. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being also vulnerable and genuine, everyone. I love it. It's so beautiful. Miss Matiso says, thank you so much. Wow, what a beautiful reuniting with my younger self. And I really love her so much and cried. That's beautiful. Thank you. And crying, someone said this to me the other day, crying is underrated. Like we underestimate how important crying is. Like we look at it as such a weakness and such baggage, and we look at it with such contempt, or like we look down on crying, but it's such a beautiful process. Like we don't get mad at ourselves when we laugh. So like they're just both emotions that need to be experienced.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes I laugh and cry at the same time.
There we go. Especially with Donnie, I could see that.
Yeah. Especially.
I love that. So let me explain what we did, and then I want to hear some beautiful words from Chrissy. So I'll explain what we did, because what I like to do and share with you all every day is why we did what we did and why it has an impact on us. So the first thing that we did is we were becoming aware of how our body was touching each of the objects. So we talked about the soles of our feet on the floor. By the way, just so you all know, we were meditating for a total of 20 minutes. Just so you know, it's 20 minutes. Some of you may feel it was much shorter, but that's how fast time moves when you're really deeply immersed in something. And so when you're becoming aware of how your body is touching the seat or the floor, what we're doing is we're giving ourselves a chance to be really present. Most of us are never really present about how we sit in a seat or how we ground ourselves on the floor. We just kind of sit. And so when you become aware, what you're doing is you're creating presence within the mind with your current self. So you're getting really present with who you are and where you are right now. Then what we did is we visited our younger selves. This is meant to be an emotionally healing process, hence a lot of crying and from everyone. And the reason for that is we've never really had a conversation with our younger self. We know what that younger self needed to hear. We know what that younger self needed, but we never got a chance to give it that. And so our younger self inside of us is still waiting for that acknowledgement. It's still waiting for that connection, because all emotions need to be connected 360. So if there's a gap in an emotion, we're still yearning for that and searching for that. So you just gave it. That's what you just did. Each and every single one of you. Chrissy's showing beautiful signs of it. You've just given your younger self what you really deeply needed, which is such a beautiful thing. And you got to give your younger self a huge hug and an embrace. And what that does is you're using the past. And remember, I asked the question. I didn't say, what advice would you give to your younger self? I said, what advice would your younger self give to you? Which what you're doing is you're taking the past and empowering the present. because whatever advice your younger self gave to you, that is your gift for today. That's your present for today. So you've got to go live that. Whatever advice they gave to you, you can do that today. It's never too late. So you've just used the past to empower the present. And then we met our older selves, which is different for us because in one sense, we have no relationship with our older selves. We've never, again, been there or met them or experienced that. But what we got to do is ask them for advice. And your older self is using the future to power the now. Again, whatever they said to you that you might regret that you didn't do, you can do that right now. Whatever they said, there is nothing stopping you from making sure that you won't have a regret when you're 70 or 80 because you can live that now. And so what we just did is we used the past and the future to empower the present. So that's the practice that we all just took part in. You've all done it. Congratulations. Like, it's a huge, huge win. And I want you all to feel like really comforted and embraced by me and Chrissy to recognize that you've made that progress. I can see the vulnerability and the openness that's just flying through. Lucienne says, I need to help more people. This is what I used to do when I was young. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you again for being so honest. Tiger says, I have a lot of abandonment issues as a child, so it was tough for me to go there visually, but literally giving myself a hug just now felt awesome and healing. Thank you. Thank you, Tiger, for sharing that. Really appreciate it. Bonnie says, so important to remind us of the gifts that we are not sharing. My younger self was told my writing wasn't good enough. I choose to not believe that any longer. That's beautiful. I love these.
That's amazing.
Yeah, these are so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Bali, for being here. Thank you. So, Chrissy, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your beautiful energy, praise, and vibes for all of us, because I know that you are such a deep, prayerful person, and we need your energy, and I know that everyone needs your energy, so I'd love for you to share it with them.
Wow. Well, I feel very fortunate that someone could be impacted by my energy because, I've gone through a long process of letting go of who I used to be and who I want to be, and that's why this particular meditation was like, Jay, how did you know? The universe. And I think that being present, that is something that we're all learning how to do in real time now, because we cannot, lament the past or worry about the future. And that's something that I'm just like, we don't know, but all we can control is this moment, this present moment, and give love, right? And specifically self-love, because that's something that I wasn't taught as a younger person. And retraining and reprogramming ourselves is so important. We can't keep anything we don't give away. So if we don't have that self-love, we can't give that away. And it's a really beautiful cyclical thing. So the more we tune in and turn into ourselves, the more we can give. And then if somebody else does that, it just becomes this really beautiful cycle. And then we'll all be taken care of. So, it's one of these things I think we all understand, but putting it into practice is another thing. So being able to connect with people that I've never met, maybe I have met, or, who I'm friends with it's really, really special. It's even hard to put into words, but I think it's just really about showing up for yourselves in this way. And for 20 minutes, you can make such a huge impact and really set the tone for your day. So why not? Why not start a new practice? And also know that it's a practice, which means it's not always going to be perfect. But it's, it's necessary. For me, it's necessary. And I have seen a huge difference in my life and my attitude and the way that I look at the world. Because you do get those answers from yourself. Because you've always said, we all know, we all have the answers inside of ourselves. So anyway, thank you so much. I did not expect such a beautiful, I knew it was going to be amazing, but I was like, oh no, I'm up here crying. Oh well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that. No, thank you, Chrissy. Thank you. But like genuinely, everyone, I want you to send so much love towards Chrissy too. I want you to go, and if you don't already follow her, please go and follow her. She posts the funniest, most exciting, beautiful videos. Her and Donnie are doing this really cool series right now that you have to check out. But if you don't follow her, please go and follow her. But please send her so much love and thank her for joining us. She had no idea what she was getting herself into today. I just invited her. She's our first guest meditator with us so far in the process, so far in the 20 days. And she just decided to turn up. And I want to thank her for that, because it just shows that we're all in this moment together, and this is how we collaborate and support each other. And this is what can happen virtually. Like all of us today, thousands of us, and as this video will grow, millions of us have meditated together with Chrissy, and she's allowed to share herself. And hopefully this is reminding you all that we can have so many virtual experiences right now. Don't write off the power of human experience, even if it's communicated virtually. So much can happen. So don't feel that you still can't have beautiful bonding experiences, that you can't have loving exchanges, that you can't celebrate birthdays, that you can't celebrate anniversaries. You can make them as special as you like right now if you're just all present and you have a meaningful exchange. Like, it's still all possible. Any words from you, Chrissy, just about how you've been feeling about everything and what you've been up to and how you've been?
Donnie and I have just been trying to stay creative and light in our spirit, which means doing things that make us happy, which sometimes being silly, sometimes singing, sometimes getting on live, and just connecting with people. And you just don't realize, if somebody is, God forbid, working in a hospital and they have a break and they're eating their dinner and they're like, oh my gosh, you brought us joy for 5 minutes. That is so powerful. And we always think like, oh, we're being silly, we're being that, but like laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
And so that's Donnie and I, choose to do that, which is everybody's being of service in some way. And no, we're not doctors or nurses, but we can stay inside, and we can be creative and just, silly and connect with people virtually, which I went to one of my old vocal coaches. She had a birthday party, and it was like a Zoom birthday party. People were just coming in and out of the room, and I was like, this is so crazy, but like super cool at the same time. So it's really important to just if you want to write, if you want to draw, if you want to create, if in any capacity, I think that it's really giving us a chance to come back to ourselves and say like, oh, you know what? I always wanted to finish that poem or that story, or I love to do impressions, or, I want to talk to more people. Any of those things that, if, it's placed upon your heart, you should pursue it. And also, you got time. Why not? Really, it's like, why not? And who cares? Like, if you feel like, oh, this isn't, Donnie and I were like, well, what if we're not funny all the time? But sometimes you don't always have to be funny. It's just about connecting and not judging and just suiting up and showing up, as we always say. So that's what we're going to keep doing, and hopefully, as you are bringing, so much love and joy to people's lives, and that's what I think we all really need. And that's why we're doing this. And it's exciting, and feel your feelings. I know that they're very uncertain times, but also know that I believe everything happens as it should. So
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Donnie, too. I know you're there somewhere. I'd love to see you, but
he walked out.
Oh, okay. Tell him when it's at 11. Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being our first guest meditator and coming on and sharing this time with us. And just really, really appreciate you. So grateful to have you as a friend, and so grateful to share this with you as well. Thank you. And have an amazing day.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye,
Take care.
everybody.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, YouTube. See you later. Thanks, Facebook.